So what do we need to reckon with once we're sold? Well, if you are currently selling via regular VAT returns, and now that you are filing VAT via the one-stop shop system, and when you have sales from an EU location, then if you're very successful in the second half of this year, and you will report 100,000 euros of sales, then it's likely that the member state of consumption sees this money coming at them, and they will think, hey, what happened last year, for example? If they are successful now, what did they did in the prior years? And shouldn't they have come forward earlier in order to be registered under the old rules? So, yeah, member states of consumption will look at the amounts reported in the OSS, and will have interest in the historic sales data, and they can come to you via the tax authorities where you are registered. So each country will still have their own auditing obligations. For example, also if you pay too late, so you report VAT under OSS and you do it too late, then the tax authorities in the country of consumption can come after you, and you may be faced with payment reminders coming from all parts of Europe, and they don't all bother to write it up in English, so you can get a Romanian tax notification, and you really have to deal with it. Also watch your mailbox, and don't anticipate that any message you receive in a foreign language that you don't understand may be spam, because it may be your reminder to pay your VAT bill. Also take into account your margin. So it's easier going forward that you deal with VAT rates in multiple countries, and where you maybe now have VAT payable from sales out of Germany at 19%, going forward, it's likely that your sales attract from 17% in Luxembourg up to 27% in Hungary. And this 10% difference, you don't want that to be eaten out of your margin. So review your pricing, and if you have to deal with your invoicing yourself, and maybe use Amazon or another platform for the sales, you have to take into account that it has to support at least 27 different VAT rates. And if you have foodstuffs in your portfolio, then you may deal with even more VAT rates. So these are just some things to think about. My colleague Michal will now follow up with some other things to put on your checklist, and also some of the solution that we at GVC have developed. So with that, I hand over for the final section of the webinar to Michal. Michal, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. Welcome everybody once again from my side as well. Nice that you are all here with us. How to get ready on your end for the OSS? How to get ready for the unknown? Yeah. So whether you are a drop shipping business doing any kind of other e-commerce, using your own website, using any kind of logistics or supply chain, a small checklist from our side. You need to fully understand your supply chain and how the OSS changes will impact you, because we know there are no two businesses alike each other in today's world, albeit that we all talk about the e-commerce and let's say schemes of doing business, and still there are a lot of variations. Please make sure that you understand which exactly scenarios apply to your case. Determine where you will require ongoing registrations for VAT, and consider the possible potential extra VAT compliance coming from other countries. If you have ever considered to expand your business, to make it widen, to maybe introduce some other products or some other countries, jurisdictions, then there is really right now a right moment to talk about this. You should determine also which versions of the OSS will apply to your business, because of course, Paul mentioned quite some of them. It's not that oversimplified so that we only use one of them, but we can also choose from different ones. It doesn't really mean that somebody would push you as a business owner or as a business operator to use any of the chosen options. It just might and will probably come from your sales. Next to this, which rates of VAT apply to your sales in each member state? Yeah, so make sure that all your systems get ready, that you get an advice on how you should rate your products in all of the countries. Remember that after the 1st of July, there will be no more, or it should be no more, manual checking on your side of the VAT invoices and rates. if you want to be really competitive, that would be advisable to have it beforehand. Make sure you are meeting all deadlines. That goes without saying in a sense, but of course, some of us, some of you may find themselves a bit behind, and it's not necessarily a wrong thing or a bad thing, but like e-commerce business is very vivid and very energetic, and it's doing a lot every now and then, and you are focused on sales, which means that the 1st of July may come unexpectedly. And then you could run into some problems with the logistics, with supply chain, with your providers asking you for the OSS or the IOSS. Some of them already do, and the tax authorities. So make sure to be on time. Ensure that your e-commerce accounting systems are synchronized. That actually pins up to the point number 4 above. So which kinds of rates of VAT apply to your sale? Yes. So make sure to have the payment checkouts. We know there are a lot of them out there in the market. Make sure to choose one which is really able and capable of doing this in a structured way for you. And make sure you're investing in appropriate mechanisms for uploading or retrieving sales data, because we know as well that alike the accounting systems, also the APIs used for uploading, retrieving sales data may be different. Use the ones which are, well, preferably maybe certified, but if not, then at least compliant with the VAT rules coming up the 1st of July.